start?
Nope. All right, I think we're up. Hi, everybody. Welcome into the program. Felger and Big Jim Murray for the Felger and Maz Off-Air Show. The Off-Air Show is presented by the original light beer, Miller Lite. Tastes great and only 96 calories. When it's time for the Off-Air Show, it's Miller time. Please enjoy responsibly. Is that an authentic game-worn Gretzky 99?
No, this was one of the, what is this? Mitchell and Ness. You know, they make the...
I don't know what that means.
It's a company that makes, like, throwbacks and stuff like that. So
I see.
It was, I got on eBay for $100. Normally they go for like $200. I saw it was a deal. It was brand new. I was like, you know what? I'm treating myself. I'm getting one of these.
I'll tell you, that was one of my more disappointing Stanley Cup finals.
Against
Montreal,
93.
They had them. They were up. I can't remember what they were up in the series. The Kings were up, maybe only 1-0, maybe 2-1. It was early in the series. Do you remember what happened? I think it was Marty McSorley scored a goal that would have given him the game in the third period, and the Canadians challenged his stick.
I vaguely remember this now.
And he had an illegal stick, and they disallowed the goal. And Montreal won the game and went on to win the series. I think that's what happened. If I've got everything mixed up, let me know.
Yeah, so this
But, I just, my anti-Montreal thing.
Was it 93 and 94? I remember one that I watched. I was like, I'm not watching this under protest. Shocker. I was a baby about a sporting event because I was huge into the Canucks at the time because, the Bruins blew. So I needed another team, and I loved Pavel Bure. And I'm pretty sure that was the Western Conference final that they lost to the Kings. And I was like, fuck this, I'm not watching this. And plus Montreal won anyway. And not that we were a house because, again, I was kind of rooting for them during the COVID year because I found it interesting. Because I do think, and you're going to hate this take too, I like that they're in the playoff right now. I think the game's better when Montreal's good. Helps when the Bruins are good too. But we didn't you kind of hated Montreal, but we didn't really hate Montreal on the Murray Dome growing up. My dad just didn't feel that strongly. But
I despise them.
Yeah.
Despise them. It's the only team I truly despise. Still to this day.
Kevin Majori just asked me. It's never good when you have a coworker ask you, "Hey, were you near the shooting last night?"
Oh, no.
I don't know if you saw on the news, there was a double shooting in Wakefield, which my wife and I just moved to a couple of months ago. Yeah, we were 5-10 minutes away from it.
What happened? Where was it?
So Lake Quannapowitt is the jewel of Wakefield. It's a big 3.5 mile around. It's a good thing to walk or jog. But there's a big lake right in Wakefield, and it's off Lakeshore Drive is where the shooting was apparently, and they think that it was maybe drug related. They immediately said, the cops said that this wasn't a random shooting; it was targeted. I think was the term that they used. But it's funny, Wakefield has always been there's a random shooting or killing every X amount of years in Wakefield, and it's like a sleepy little suburb of Boston. But it's still, unfortunately, to this day, unless someone wants to correct me, I still think the site of the largest mass shooting in Massachusetts history.
No.
Yeah. In 2000, I think it was 2000, right around Christmas time, this kook went into work and shot up half the building. And to this day, I still think it's the largest mass shooting in Mass. There was that, and I think 15, 20 years ago, there was another guy, some disgruntled guy that went to a construction site, which is actually kind of near where I live, and killed this one guy, and then killed another guy that was coming out of the shitter in a porta potty, wrong place, wrong time. And the guy saw it and was like, "Oh no, bang, you're dead too."
Really?
Yeah, that happened in 2005, 2006, as I recall. But yeah,
shit goes down in Wakefield.
Shit goes down in Wakefield. It's a little weird.
Wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it has the Lawrence feel to it, but it does.
Chris asked Jim, "Do you remember Tootie's in Wakefield?"
Tootie's. Of course. Yeah. Tootie's is kind of used to. So now it's. What is it now? I think it's Sunny Noto's. So we're 5 minutes from there. Yeah, we're off Nahat Street. So yeah,
it's just a restaurant.
It was a sub shop. I bet Joe knows what Tootie's is.
Of course he does. I bet you he knows the whole menu. Of course he does.
Again, plug. I mentioned this. Speaking of Joe, Saturday, Chris is out, Joe in. So it's the Murrays doing 11 to 2. Gasper Murray from Kelly's Roast Beef in Saugus. Come join us. It's going to be a time.
When is that again?
Saturday, 11 to 2. This Saturday, 11 to 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We forged a nice little partnership with Kelly's. It feels like.
Yeah, it feels like, and good, because it has been a staple in terms of my life, going to the old Kelly's and the beach, as a reward back when I was a kid. If good report card, clam plate. Let's go to the beach.
Leo writes, Murray, why didn't you like The Irishman? It wasn't that good.
It's garbage. It's first of all, it's any movie that's 3+ hours long. Go fuck yourself. And it's just, You liked those scenes of the CGI Robert De Niro
Like,
and
why
him
are we
with
doing that?
Him with his lifts and when he's, I'll kick you. It's terrible. It is a terrible movie. It's an embarrassment to the canon of Martin Scorsese. I'm sorry, it is. It is a shit movie.
I don't know why. Like, they have to put De Niro in everything.
Yeah,
even though
right.
he's a miscast.
And now he's what's the other? There's some
He's
other
not Irish.
There's some other new mob movie he's in that he plays the two main characters. It's like, oh, it might be a Brian De Palma film. Shit, what is it? But he plays like the Mr. Mafia guy, and then he plays the guy going after the Mafia guy. I'm both guys. He's also hurting his legacy. That guy will take any role for any amount of money. Like at some point, don't you got to say no to something?
Yes.
I'll play the good guy. I'll play the bad guy. What's that? Does he owe a lot of money to his ex-wife, Kelly? Is that? Oh, that's what's happening. I got to pay her off. Do these fentanyl ads on the sports hub. My grandson. It's very sad. Fentanyl. No good. He's always breathing through his nose. Fentanyl's a terrible drug. You can't even do blow anymore because you don't know if fentanyl's going to be in it. No more booger sugar. You can't trust fentanyl.
That is good. The book that the Irishman is based off of called
It's supposed to be great.
I Used to Paint Houses.
Yeah.
Or When I Paint Houses.
Yeah, something with that.
Because that was a euphemism. Yeah, I used to paint out.
Yeah.
Or when I can't remember exactly how it was phrased, but I've read the book. It's tremendous.
Yeah. Movie, no good.
No.
No good.
Well,
While you're searching for
Yeah.
stuff, let me ask you this. I got to have a couple of things prepared. I don't know if you saw that the Scotty Scheffler Masters menu came out today.
Okay, that was gonna be the one that I asked you. What's his Masters menu?
So I like this Masters menu. So the appetizers are cheeseburger sliders and firecracker shrimp with sweet Thai chili and sriracha mayo. I'm definitely into that. And Papa Chef meatball and ravioli bites. That's too heavy. That's too heavy an app. You're a thin Felger now, but like you still like say it's the weekend or like you're away on the vacation. You're gonna get into apps, or you're just gonna wait for the big meal. Do you get down with apps, or do you look at
I
that?
do
and be
get down with apps,
Okay.
but so I gotta manage that.
Yeah. See, sometimes like that firecracker shrimp, I'm having a million of those, and that's gonna ruin the meal. First course is Texas style chili. I'm into this: cheddar cheese, jalapenos, corn chips. Main course, choice of wood-fired cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish. I'm going with the steak.
Love both those.
This comes with family-style mac and cheese, jalapeno cream corn. Oh, bury me in that. I would get in a tub full of that. Soy glazed Brussels sprouts in. Chipotle lime roasted sweet potatoes.
Out.
It's a little weird. Dessert is this is what has the internet ablaze today. The dessert is a winner's winner. Warm chocolate chip skillet cookie.
Oh, love it.
With vanilla bean ice cream.
Yes, with vanilla bean ice cream and some whipped cream.
That chocolate chip skillet cookie is
yes.
Oh, it's because it's crunchy, but then soft and warm on the inside. I wouldn't really alter this much. I don't like those weird lime potatoes, but otherwise, this is a winner.
No, if you ask me, my main course would be the exact thing he had, ribeye or what was it, snapper?
Black and redfish.
Blackened redfish, perfect. I like blackened fish. I would just be sure to have some rice. I would have it with
you're
white.
A big rice
I would
guy.
have with rice. I would have with white rice. I would have onion rings.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Let me blow up your spot a little bit. You want to trap Felger? You want to set up like a cheese trap for a rat? The onion rings from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
When they deliver them, it's the one thing. Still now, even thin Felger. I'll go around the corner of the kitchen. He's just and they are good. Dairy Queen's fried food. Way underrated.
They figured it out.
Their chicken fingers are world class, and those onion rings are top tier. Number one.
I'm telling you,
onion rings are dangerous, man.
They figured out the onion ring. Insane.
While you're looking for questions,
go for it.
Observation I made last weekend. So the wife surprised me with, just to break the monotony. She's like, got a surprise. We stayed at the Mandarin, which I'd never been in before. She had been
in
there
Boston?
for massages, but yeah, I guess for the month, they still get in on this. You got like 2 weeks left. The Mandarin all month of March before the madness comes with the marathon and Red Sox season. We're doing like half off rooms all month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she got us a room, and then we got massages on Sunday. But outside of the Mandarin, which was amazing, the place was great. The massages were awesome. The Back Bay needs a little. The Back Bay is slacking.
You
know?
think so?
Yeah, it's not great. Like a lot of options that used to be there are gone.
A lot of storefronts empty on Newberry Street.
So we didn't go down Newberry, and then Sunday there was some sort of protest going on. So we're not going down there. It was going to be madness. We went to Saturday night for dinner. We went to Lolita's, which was good.
Yep.
Bit nuts, but good. But like
Lolita on Dartmouth and just off of Newberry.
So I don't know where that is. I don't know what that is.
Dartmouth is across street.
Yeah, no,
right?
I know
that's
street,
where Lolita is. I thought it's downstairs, right?
I thought you said a Gulia or something, or like a different restaurant. Yeah, it's off Dartmouth.
Lolita's on Dartmouth.
Lolita's
Go ahead.
on Dartmouth.
Keep going.
But like all the bars over there that I used to like are gone. Like I knew the Poorhouse was gone, but like I miss it terribly. Whiskey's is now a bank. Like it feels too corporate and sanitized. Like what happened to the Back Bay? Now, granted, I'm probably not in the demo anymore. I'm definitely not in the demo of like people going out and getting after it in the Back Bay. But that used to be the spot for me in my early 20s. Go down Boylston, bar hop, have a time. It just feels like it's one bank after another in stupid retail stores. The Back Bay blows is the point. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, it might. Felger, why is Celtics post game so long? Drives me nuts trying to stay up and watch Boston sports tonight after Celtics game. Thomas, I'm with you. Believe me. I don't like waiting around.
They're the flagship station. What do you want?
An hour with my thumb up my ass.
You need 2 hours of that guy's awesome. No. But he's not as awesome as this guy.
60 minutes of I think Tatum's awesome. I think Jaylen Brown's awesome. I think Jaylen Brown's awesomer than Tatum, although Tatum's really awesome. And can we talk for a minute about how awesome Derek White is? And I'm telling you, Drew Holiday, that guy's awesome. Well, I think he's more awesome. Well, he's not as awesome as he used to be, but he's still awesome. And did I say Jason Tatum's awesome? It's just an hour of stroking themselves. It is, it's tough. That's a tough 60 minutes for me, waiting for that thing to end. Let's see. Worst town to drive in, Murray, says Gart.
Oh. So when you ask that, you're thinking, like, I immediately go to, like, potholes. And they are all terrible now because all the roads blow in this state. But I'll tell you, where I just moved from is terrible. Melrose, they do not take care of the fucking roads in Melrose. It is crater-esque, giant potholes in Melrose. Lynn, also not great. Those two immediately come to mind. And you have the whole violence thing in Lynn a little bit, too.
So, Lynn, like the whole Bell Circle, that clusterfuck to get from Lynn down through to, say, where Wonderland used to be, like, getting into town, taking that way, is a clusterfuck
not
of
great.
Epic proportions.
Down Western Ave definitely feels scary.
In Cambridge?
No, in Lynn.
Oh, Lynn.
Yeah. Yeah, but potholes, they're all bad. Melrose is real bad with the potholes.
Yeah, I don't know if this is an obvious question, but two places to live that are amazing but are jail is Hingham and Marblehead, each on opposite sides.
Oh, yeah, Marblehead's a nightmare.
Jail.
Yeah,
it's Lynn, just far. You're dealing with the same shit to get into town. Swampscott, Marblehead, to get from there to the city, you're in fucking jail. Can I get a boat? In Hingham, you take the fucking boat because it's such a ridiculous drive.
Yeah.
They're two wonderful places to live here around Boston, but you might as well be in freaking,
Oh, I'll tell you.
Orono, Maine.
When I lived in Lynn, working at FNX for a time, and, I was single and dating, there were a few times while driving back from the city, I was asked, where are you taking me? Because it's like, you are in the car forever. It's not convenient to get to the city, even if you, like, go over the Tobin. And at some point, after you've had a few or whatever, and they're like wondering what dungeon am I being taken to that's not close to where we just were. Where are you taking me? It's a fair question because you're in the car forever trying to go to those places.
Butch from Dennis asks your view on the two longtime Boston radio hosts that got the axe last week. Who got the axe last week?
Who got fired last week? I don't know.
Butch from Dennis, tell us who that is.
Who are they? That's probably not good. I don't know the names.
I don't know that anyone did. I didn't know that they did. He didn't say sports. Two longtime Boston radio hosts.
She's super nice. I had a few interactions with her. That blows.
Aaron O'Malley's one, and David O'Leary's the other one. Who's David O'Leary?
Where did he work?
Magic.
Yeah.
So the answer is I hate to hear it. I'm not familiar with them, so forgive me. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just not familiar with them, but I hate to hear it.
Yeah, right.
When people ask how work is, what do you say?
Good. The check still clears.
Yeah, like
it's usually my stock response.
I worry about the business.
Yeah, right.
I don't like. It isn't so much necessarily our show. So much the show's good. we've done better. We've done worse, but it's good. Still number one. Like, I think we're fine. It's the business that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, same.
Like,
yeah. Is the money still coming in?
And it's just sort of beyond our control because
Yeah.
it's not just us. If it were just us, we're fine. Huge revenue producing, huge, very profitable. The whole thing, good business. 98.5 The Sports Hub, good business. But we're a part of a radio company that owns how many stations?
Oh, geez. I don't even know.
Whatever. And so,
30,
like,
maybe.
the business itself is fucking scary.
Taking on water is what it is, but has been for years. Still afloat, kind of. It is.
Are you going to go full-time podcast at some point, Jim? Ask Mike McGuire.
I don't know. No, I'm here. I'm here until they tell me I'm not, and then after that, I don't know.
Podcasts.
Knows.
I mean, it seems easier. Like,
It's
you could
just so oversaturated. And
the podcast, you don't have to go into a studio. You do it wherever you are. They're not 4 hours. They're what? Hour, 2? I mean, it's an easier gig.
yeah, I don't know. Like, there's too many. There's too many. How do you get people to listen to you? I don't know, man. I don't.
Yeah, how would you get someone to listen? Like,
I don't know.
The value of us is that we're live.
Yeah.
Anything could happen at any moment. The callers, it's hugely interactive. It's not just about us. It's about, I always say, if you want to know what the heartbeat of a city, if you want to know what the city's thinking and feeling, you don't turn on a podcast.
No.
That's taped.
No, you want the
Between
immediacy.
which is one guy,
Yeah.
one guy and maybe one other guy on tape for an hour in a closed room. How do I know what the fuck people are thinking and doing? I know what that guy's thinking and doing. But if you want to know what Boston thinks, you turn on a live terrestrial talk radio show.
Yeah.
I go on this rant every once in a while. It's like no one does what we do. That's a unique product in there, folks. You can't get that on the internet. You don't get that on satellite. There's only one place to get what happens in there, and that's on your FM radio. So it's like, I don't think anything's as interesting as that.
Yeah, I guess people could do emergency podcasts, but even then you're waiting, or you're going to be required to pick up your phone and look at it.
But help me here. An emergency podcast is live.
No, not always. Someone can record it and then upload it. Again, you're waiting for that upload. A lot of people aren't just immediately going live.
So it's not live.
No, it's not.
And if something really goes wrong, you don't air it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Say something terrible in there, you're going to have to re-record, or if you get the information wrong or something like that.
If the guy at the podcast host does something a little embarrassing, no, let's just wipe that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, and even though we're on a delay of 20 seconds, and we're going to edit out the swear words, for the most part, what happens is what happens.
Yeah.
It's like anything can happen. You don't get that anywhere. And also with the caller thing, you get a real taste of what people are feeling.
Yeah. And the other thing that I still love about radio is the things you don't see happening that can make great content. For example, Maz getting the gum on his jeans a couple of weeks ago. It's things like that still, like, I still dork out to him, like, because you couldn't get that anywhere else. Like, there's the immediacy of radio, whether it's with information or something funny, things that you don't see happening. Like, you can't, that stuff you still can't make up and happen. It happens on the fly, and it happens in radio more than anything else. And so, to answer the question, though, ultimately, that is tomorrow Jim's problem. What am I going to do? Podcast? I don't know. That's down the road Jim's issue.
People say, as Anon says, you're doing a podcast right now.
I suppose.
True enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We are. I guess we are. But it's different. There's just something about the way that it's also the way it sounds. I like the way FM radio sounds in your car. Still, I don't think
a structure to it where there's breaks.
It's not just that. Well, but I think the breaks add pacing to the show. You can't just sit there and fucking all right, let's chat, buddy. Like that's what every fucking podcast sounds like to me. It sounds like a couple of guys who put their feet up and like, yeah, so what do you think? I don't know. Yeah. There's no urgency. There's no pace because you don't have to get
unless
out
you
for
listen
a
on
break.
1.5 speed or you're hitting the 30-second button or whatever. Sometimes it's just like it does.
Commercials like you got to get in, get out. I don't know. I like that pacing. But I don't know. Mike says, what if radio is dead? I don't think it's dead yet. I mean, I think some formats might be.
Yeah, some formats are cooked, unfortunately.
Sports talk radio? I don't think there's any other better format for talking about sports and your team than sports talk radio.
in areas where they care. It's thankfully still viable.
Yeah.
Here,
Yes.
Philly, Dallas,
So you
Chicago.
get that. So you get the mass of people listening and reacting in real time, and you hear their voices. And like, I just think that's important. It is unique. We don't take calls here. We can't take calls here.
Yeah.
Most podcasts don't take calls. They're not live. They're not local. They're not intensely focused on the thing that you care about. And I think it's a unique, valuable product. They ask, Felger, to either of us, would you ever accept an offer from Portnoy to do a podcast at Barstool? What's he paying?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sure. Again, I feel like I've probably like aged out.
Have
of what
you?
they
Because
do.
you feel you hold out on me. Like if it turns out you get offer, you've had offers from the other station, you've turned them down.
Yeah, but I didn't like what the parameters were. So it all depends. Again, so going back to the 5 questions from last week, it depends what it is. Like creative control to me is the most important thing, and under that umbrella is who am I working with? What are we talking about? What what would that require? Like, I'd want to know what it's all about. Like it has to be. I need the Goldilocks zone is the real answer. Things got to be just right. And if they're not, then fuck it. I'll drive Uber.
All right. So again, I'm going to ask you a question. Someone wrote here that I have no idea what this is about. So
You could be awaking a sleeper cell.
forgive me if. Did the picture with Riley Reid end at just a picture, Jim?
Oh, it did end at just a picture.
What is he talking about?
So
She talking about? What are they talking about?
I had posted it on Twitter in the past. So adult film star Riley Reid, my friends and I met by happenstance because we were in Philadelphia in 2013, I want to say. Philadelphia 2013, guys trip. Some guys went to a steakhouse. Like 5 of us went to a sushi restaurant. We went to Morimoto in Philadelphia. And we're at a table. It's a fancy sushi place. And I looked to my left, as did my buddy, and we were both like immediately like, holy shit. Like that's Riley Reid, the adult film star. And she's by herself. And within seconds, one of my buddies, who is just like the gift of gab, could talk a hungry dog off a meat wagon, was like, why are you sitting by yourself? Like, you shouldn't be sitting by yourself. Like, come on. And she's like, I promise, like, we're good guys. And, I get cringe easily. So I was like, oh God, like, don't do this. Like, just please. But within 30 seconds, she's at the table with us, enjoying the rest of her meal.
Nice.
And we just like kind of chopped it up for like an hour. And she was featured dancing at a club that night. And, none of us went because we all ended up going, like, we had plans, but we just like talked to her about the industry and whatever for like an hour. And so, yes, the answer
Can I
to
see
your
the
question.
picture?
Do I have it somewhere still? Yeah, let me look.
In the meantime, Drew says live streaming produces a more authentic community of listeners/chatters. Okay. I wouldn't know. I'm not like on many live streams. I don't know what that means. Live streaming. Wow. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She's an adult star?
Yeah. I don't know if she still is like active in the business. Probably does OnlyFans or whatever. She's made.
Where was this?
That was in Morimoto in Philadelphia.
When?
2013, I believe it was. December 2013.
That was 12 fucking years ago.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, a delight.
She looks like a nice gal.
Yeah. She couldn't have been sweeter. She was, and her real name is, I think you probably find this on the internet, Ashley. But yeah, there's the picture. But yeah, that was it. Nothing beyond that.
Yeah,
But
did it end at the picture, Jim? Did you bang her?
No, she was very sweet. And asked us, and believe it or not, I didn't have any on me, because she asked us all if we had weed, and we didn't.
She asked if you had weed?
Yeah.
How did you not have weed?
I don't know why I didn't have any on me at that time, but I didn't. You would think I was too, getting geared up to like go to a sushi restaurant and pound as much as I possibly can. You'd think I'd want to get real high, but I didn't. But yeah, that's it. Nothing happened. She just sat at the table and we chatted.
Let's see. Big Jim favorite ELO song?
Strange Magic, probably.
Easy one.
Or yeah, I mean they're all good. That was maybe my favorite show I saw last year. Was ELO. They were really, really good. I don't have much on the docket this year. 9 Inch Nails in August. That's really it.
Matt says commercials are another downfall too. I change the channel every time. Oh, they don't bother me as a listener.
Yeah.
Again, I think they give the show, strangely, they help the shows give them a little pace.
I do wonder sometimes if there could be a better way or a different way, and almost in like a 1950s way of doing radio that almost mid-segment you just kind of throw in like they do with podcasts now. You'll be mid-segment and you get an ad kind of out of nowhere. That if we, but it would be tough to do, especially in a talk format, maybe. But like it's today, like railing on these nerds. I'm like, oh, by the way, Verizon, they're offering blah, 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 blah right now. Anyway, back to the nerds. It would maybe hurt the flow of conversation, but there's got to be a different way to maybe do it rather than stop sets.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
I don't know how you do it, though.
I know.
It's not like, a TV, you can throw up banner ads. You can cut the screen in half.
Yeah.
Do things of that nature. Product placement, the signs behind us.
Yeah.
It's really hard audio. You can't play one thing over another,
Yeah. Or if you would also maybe need the other thing I thought, so I listen to Tim Dillon, he's a comedian, his podcast here and there. They obviously, the advertisers give him a long leash in terms of how he talks about these products. You'd have to have the advertisers be a little bit more willing for you to be loose and have fun with the ads rather than so rigid about what their copy points. Certain copy points you've got to hit. There's no doubt about that. But if you could really have fun with it, it might be easier to do in a conversational way.
Another one, I don't know what they're talking about. So Mike McGuire says, boys, thoughts on Bonnie Blue?
The only reason, because I'm on the internet, I know who this is. Another adult star who apparently was down at spring break somewhere. And boy, she'll do anyone. I think her claim to fame is she did 100 plus guys in one day. I mean, whatever works for you. But yeah, hey, I guess you're not supposed to sex shame or whatever. Good for her. Go with God. If that's how you're making money, go nuts.
Pat asks, what night
I wouldn't want to be 101.
I wouldn't like to be
I wouldn't want to be 5, 4, whatever. Whatever works for you.
3?
Yeah.
Anyway, Pat says, what night are you seeing the Dead in Vegas, Felger? I'm there the 29th. What night am I seeing the Dead in Vegas? Tomorrow. How's that?
Oh.
Fucking tomorrow.
Isn't it still the Eagles? Or are they?
Oh, they're the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Smell ya, Eagles. No, the Dead start their run tomorrow night. Be there or be square.
Fun.
Tomorrow night, motherfuckers.
Are you flying out tonight?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Audi. So that, 3 nights.
Are you doing all 3 nights?
Just strong.
Oh, Jesus.
Strong showing for a man of my age. We went twice last year, 2 nights, Friday, Saturday. They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We went Friday, Saturday, and realized the only mistake that we made was not going all 3 nights.
Oh, well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
You know what? That'll be healthy for you, too.
Yeah, blow the pipes out.
Yeah.
Clear it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Come back, I'll be nicer for 5 minutes. She was invited. Kelly asked if Sarah is joining us. She was invited. She doesn't want to come. God bless her heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have.
School's out.
You don't. Love to have you. I mean it. Mean it.
It's a pipe dream, but there's bubbling rumors that Radiohead's getting put back together, and they're going to put together a tour this year. And if they went to the Sphere, I will go to that so fast. But they're not going to.
Is that the one band you want to see?
Yeah, I love them, and I know they're kind of mopey, but you could do really cool visual shit with them. They did it their last show when they played at the Garden 6 years ago, whatever it was.
They did what?
They did really good visual stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I missed that.
So they would be a good fit at the Sphere. But I was just having this conversation this morning. For me, I don't know what else you could book there that I would, because I'm not the biggest Vegas guy that I'd be like, yes, I'm going to Vegas to see that band. It's Radiohead, and I think that's it. I don't love Tool enough. Yeah, I don't know. I certainly don't care about Backstreet Boys.
Radiohead is so drony.
Oh, I love them. They're so weird.
They are.
Yeah.
That's just I'm not. I'm not advanced enough. Let's see. Well, it's 6:36.
Oh,
we may have given you all that you deserve.
We're like Kiss over here.
Exactly. Excited for Severance finale, Murray? Did you watch Severance?
No, and I hear that it's good. I'll tell you, I don't know. I'm not really watching any shows right now. I'm not doing it. And I've heard 5 different shows. The Invincibles or whatever it is, the superhero cartoon on Amazon, this Severance. The fuck's the other? There's 4 or 5 shows. This TV's never been better. I'll take your word for it. No. I watch sports at night. Old Seinfeld reruns while I play my guitar. That's it. I can't get into new shows because if I'm going to have to pay attention, then I'm not going to pay attention to playing guitar. So
That a boy. I can't do shows either. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
Well, that's it.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I am off next Wednesday, so I'm not only doing 2 nights in Vegas. I got another couple days next week.
Back
So
end.
it'll be 2 weeks before we reconvene. So we'll see you then. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks to Miller Lite. Kelly, thank you. Adios.
Bye.
See you.
Bye. 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 Bye.